Brian Anderson here. With me, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Joining us courtside is Allie LaForce. You look at the Pistons.
And given the nature of the rivalry between these teams, expect emotions to be running high. Both teams have to feel a little on edge right now.
And who doesn't love this stuff? Two teams that have beef. Look, the stakes are a little bit higher, and it should make this a very interesting matchup.
Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
And you see how comfortable Harris is in these sets, cutting well after setting that pick.
It's a one-on-one situation. That one a little long. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. They're coming off a loss against Miami.
And they got to the line at a good clip, but couldn't cash in, and it ruined their chances.
Leaving points at the free throw line can take the edge off of a team. You're playing physical, you're playing hard, and it's just not paying off. And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Just a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to chat. I asked him what's the key to slowing down Cade Cunningham. Coach said, quote, not letting him get clean looks inside the arc. Cade is a terrific mid-range shooter and a solid finisher inside, so we just have to get a hand in his face on every shot. Limiting his production could be the difference in this game.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Excellent tempo on the play, and he leads his teammate perfectly.
Here's Cunningham. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And I love the energy from Cunningham inside, pushing to get the bucket.
Outside White. Thompson pulls it in. Here's Hardaway. Here's Harris. Off target at the rim. To the paint. Here's Buzelis.
Okay now, Rook. Buzelis showing he can finish with some power.
And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Greg.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Harris. And here's Cunningham. 23 points his last outing. Clock at 4.
How about the footwork from Ball, making it tough to get by him.
And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Here's Buzelis. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
He's been perfect this quarter. They keep feeding him, and he keeps delivering.
Detroit calls timeout. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
That comeback they mounted in the fourth quarter looked so promising. I thought for sure they'd pull it off. It just didn't happen.
Give it up one more time for your Chicago Bulls.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Ivy outside.
Chicago foul.
And there's the foul. It's on Kobe White. That's his first foul of the game.
Foul. Second team foul.
And it's Detroit with the ball. They trail by 1. Schroeder into the lane. Here's Holland. Knocked away.
He couldn't bring the pump fake back in quickly enough, and the defender takes advantage.
The 3 from Ball. And again, it's the Bulls. From deep.
This is why Ball takes a good amount of threes, because he's very accurate and confident from there.
A minute 20 left to play in the first quarter. And the ball out of play. The Bulls will have it. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Pass to Holland. .102 left in the first. And here's Schroeder outside. Rebound by the Bulls. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year.
Looking at last year, they took this team to the woodshed in the season series.
Giddey with it. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Chicago shooting their first free throw of the night.
First team foul. At the line for one, Josh Giddey.
You can tell that Josh Giddey is one sharp player, not just in how he threads passes, but how he moves on the floor and gets around other guys.
Now here's Schroeder. 9 points in his last outing. Looking to win the run. Here's Stewart. That one doesn't drop. Vucevic with some nice D. Here's Ball. Driving to the basket. And Ball throws it down.
That kind of aggressiveness, that's what you want to see more from Ball.
Inside. It's intercepted. Here's Holland. He got it up. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's Chicago. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. We'll be right back after this word. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And from what we've seen from Chicago, what's your take so far?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards, and you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Allie, he's certainly got the skill level. And with both teams fighting for playoff position, this is as intense of a regular season as you'll see, Graham.
Oh, B.A., you can feel what's at stake here in the arena. Both of these teams will treat this like the postseason. The playoffs start now for them.
Here's Giddey. Following the score by Detroit. Outside White. Ball no good.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough three.
And that one's good. Thompson. Thompson's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area. Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And the NBA has made a significant investment in the G League over the years. Grant, you can really see the impact it's had.
Yeah, B.A., and it's grown into a real minor league for the NBA. The NBA needed something like that for a long time, and it's helped the product.
It's Herder on the wing. Back to Jones. Got a piece of it. Thompson with a steal. And here comes the break. Cunningham into the lane. Some solid defense from Williams. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Outside Jones. The three is up. Williams misses. Pistons trail by 8. Hardaway from outside. Jones grabs the board. And out of bounds, Detroit will have it. How about the grit of Ayo Dosunmu? You see it in his hustle play, but also his work ethic, RJ.
Yes, he continues to improve, B.A. The coach is training him to be shot ready. That's down and low. He's upping his volume and efficiency from long range.
Now here's Sasser. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game.
Just a big-time finish by Harris. One more coming at the line.
At the line for the Pistons.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
So far, they've shown a terrific work ethic in transition, pushing the pace whenever possible and getting out ahead of the defense to score.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
Jones. And so the ball out of bounds. Jones touched it last.
A classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
Here's Sasser. Uses the glass on the layup.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
Now here's Thompson. Beasley outside. To the inside. Stolen by Collins.
Remaining in the first half, 2 minutes.
Pass to Jones. Offline with a 3.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Here's Beasley.
Malik Beasley.
Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, there are usually Bulls fans sprinkled in every crowd.
Tobias Harris.
Good on the bucket.
We're used to seeing Harris from the outside, but Tobias, he can step up. He's got the size to do some work down low.
Back to Jones. Pass to Dosunmu. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's why his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Takes one from 10 feet. The kick out to Williams. Second shot opportunity. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That one on Harris. It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for Chicago, Patrick Williams. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Williams drops them both. Pistons trail by 3. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And the foul on Patrick Williams. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
There's 21 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Ivy. Now here's Stewart. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
You know, he's run that set a lot, even in his college days. Ivy's aware of every option he has in the pick and roll.
Williams from long range. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Chicago ahead, leading by a point. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
26.
you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. It's a one-point game. For the lead. Ooh, Cunningham making moves inside.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
And for Tobias Harris, his priority is to contribute to winning basketball.
And he's shown that through his willingness to play different roles. We've seen him as a spot-up shooter. We've also seen him as a go-to scorer. He does whatever it takes.
Man, that's now 10 straight happen to their defense.
The swim move for three. Williams with it. Picked up by Cunningham. And the call will be against Cade Cunningham. That's his first foul. Some changes for Chicago. Pass to Buzelis. Over Harris. The shot by Buzelis, no good.
How did he brick that one? He smoked it. Everything was set up for that to be an easy basket.
To the middle. Here's Harris.
Tobias Harris.
The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham.
And now it's a 5-point Detroit lead. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer, Buzelis. The Bulls with another miss.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
Down low. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Harris has got 11 points.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint. And that's got to be a relief. Finally getting something to go here in the second half.
Detroit calls timeout. Well, RJ, you got traded a couple of times for good reason. What's it like off the floor?
I don't need your quips, BA, but it is crazy. You get a phone call and bam, you can move across the country. And while it's hard on you, you understand it comes with playing in this league and having this job.
Piston substitution. Sasser.
The Pistons lead by 5. And there's the foul. It's on Kobe White. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Now Cunningham. 6 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. Puts up a 3.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half. If they just continue to dominate the boards.
Here's Buzelis. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
Yeah, something Giddey has always done well is share the ball. Tough to miss that wide open man.
Pass to Harris. Outside Hardaway. Cunningham, left side. To the paint. And the dunk by Duren.
And nice work there in the pick and roll. Cunningham demonstrating improvement in knowing how to break defenses down.
Vucevic gets the bucket.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Cunningham outside. .149 left in the third. To the inside. Duren. Unable to get that one. Nice D from Vucevic. And it's 6'10". Jalen Duren is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter.
Pass to Harris.
Out of bounds.
And out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Substitution on the court.
Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. White on the wing. Inside. The kick out to Ball. From deep. White can't hit. Detroit leading by 5. Stewart, left side. And it's cleared by Vucevic. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. Tipped. Here we go. Here's Stewart. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
And for a younger guy, Cunningham's vision is impressive. He's always watching the floor. Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Cunningham looking it over. Launches it from deep. Cunningham showing the range.
For 3.
Pretty clever move by Cunningham, calling for the play to get himself some space to work with.
Ball no good. Cunningham with the ball. He's got 9. Shoots over Ball. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Buzelis. No good. Would have counted had it gone.
Third quarter with a score.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped him build an advantage. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Bulls trail by 8. Here's Giddey. Ball outside. Three-pointer, Buzelis. He can't get it to go.
He knocked down a 3 in the first quarter, but he's still been unable to connect from deep past the break.
Here's Ivy. Ooh, excellent D there from Ball. And so here is Chicago. Pass to Giddey. Let's go with a 3. Kept alive. Fires the 3. And again, Chicago, no good.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Here's Thompson. And no good. Ooh, excellent D there from Ball. And here is Vucevic. Pulls it from 20. Schroeder with a rebound.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised it ended up going their way with the miss.
Stewart, left side. Out to Thompson. And here's Schroeder outside. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Pistons lead by 11.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
Here's Schroeder. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Pass to Stewart. Thompson outside. Outside Schroeder. 5 to shoot. Puts up a deep 3. Another shot. Here's Thompson. Missed it, even after all of those chances.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
White for 3. The rebound by Stewart. Detroit leading by 9. To the middle. Here's Thompson.
Flying high, Ausar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
White on the wing. Three-pointer, Buzelis. The rebound by Detroit.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Outside Schroeder from deep three-point range. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Schroeder.
Substitution on the court.
The Bulls trail by 11. Here's Ball. Goes up off the inbound. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Defensive foul.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Detroit.
Look, they're getting good looks inside. It's been a point of emphasis all night long, but I love this hard-nosed attitude of this team.
Well, in addition, I love their passing. I mean, they're buying into that team concept. That's hard to get out of your young guys.
Ball with the rebound. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls.
2 minutes.
Ball outside. Going inside. Duren with a steal. Thompson with it. And it's Giddey picking him up. It's not going to go for him. Vucevic with some nice D. Down low. The kick out to White. Pass the ball. Minute 32 left to play in the fourth. And again, no good by Chicago.
Nothing is going his way in this half offensively. Really having a hard time finding his shot.
Cunningham outside. And the dunk by Duren.
You have to put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
White on the wing. To the inside. Stolen by Thompson.
And this is a game they can build off of. They kept their focus all game long, and it will get marked as a win for the Pistons.
Simply taking better care of the ball may have made all the difference.
Yeah, and then on the defensive end, they kept the pressure on and forced a number of miscues.
And looking at their record now, tonight's win gives them 45 on the year. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Tobias Harris.
And you can't put a price on the value of his rebounding in this game. His effort on the glass was a game changer.
And he gets the bucket.
On the interior, Vooch, this man has so many moves to account for.
Cunningham outside. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Jacks up a three. On target from range.
3 points.
And the Pistons lead by 13.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
Now here's Cunningham. Looking to get back on track. So we see the Pistons taking the W here. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. Hey, everybody, we're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Brian Anderson, joined courtside by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. Tonight, their first look at this San Antonio squad this year.
Well, last year they swept the season series. There was a talent differential between the two teams. We'll see if that gap has narrowed.
I mean, one is a playoff team. The other, question mark, ... not so much. But things change, and you're only as good as your last win. So we'll see how they handle things tonight.
Vassell with it. Here's Barnes. Back to Vassell. And he lays it up and in. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
First team foul.
And about a minute gone in the first quarter. To the middle. And the basket by Hachimura.
Nice job by Hachimura. He is so good below the foul line.
Here's Fox. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Grant, when you talk about De'Aaron Fox, what an exciting player.
That he is, and just now entering the prime years of his career. We've seen him make great strides the last few years, and it's scary trying to think just how much he can still improve.
Now here's Doncic. He's putting up some terrific numbers, over 28 a game. Hachimura. Rebound by San Antonio. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
That was a case of getting too comfortable with a big lead. Even against a lesser team, you can't take anything for granted in this league.
Now here's Doncic. Last game he had 28 points. Puts up a deep three. Rebounded by Castle.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that open.
And yep, it's good.
And the offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
Here's Reeves. Rebounded by Castle.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
Back to Barnes. Clock at 6. Over Hachimura. Misses the jumper from the wing.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And the basket by Castle.
Staying strong inside. Castle got touched up there, but it didn't throw him off.
Timeout called, the Lakers. And when you look at the Lakers, a lot has happened since their championship run in 2020, Clark.
Yeah, it really has, B.A., and I think some of it you have to attribute it to a significant amount of roster turnover. And then you pair that with coaching changes. One of the keys to being successful in anything and at any level and in the NBA, stability, continuity. You've got to have it with your executive management team, coaches, and players. And they've not had that, so the consistency has been hard to find.
Surefire, one-handed stuff.
Yeah, with his focus, he's not going to miss that.
I certainly hope not.
Pass to Barnes. Good D by Vanderbilt. Lakers trail by 4. And out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. We talked about his matchup against the highly touted Victor Wembanyama, and Coach told me Victor and size creates a lot of problems on both ends of the floor, so we've got to play a physical brand of basketball to just keep him out of rhythm. It'll be interesting to see how that affects him. B.A.?
Okay, thanks, Allie. So it's Los Angeles now, after the basket by San Antonio. Vincent left side. Pass to Vanderbilt. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And Wemby using his unique perspective to find the open man.
Here's Goodwin. No points yet. Here's Connect. Here's Goodwin. From deep three-point land. Rebounded by Fox.
The shooter thought he had enough space, but the defender was right on him.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
Uneasy, too, on the layup. Here's Wembanyama. Rebound, the Lakers. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
They had a tough time beyond the arc. A lot of their possessions ended in missed threes.
And, you know, that's a big part of how they attack and win, getting it going from the three-point line. But at the end of the day.
And so it's San Antonio with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. And they push the tempo in this one, getting out in transition and making the defense pay. We'll be right back with you shortly. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. All right, guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And Reeves has got the ball here for the Lakers. They trail by 6. Doncic up top. Still no points. Here's James. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender. Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And here's Doncic. The deep three. Barnes with the rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament. That's rare for any freshman.
Time called here. The Lakers decide to talk it over. Well, we're coming right down to the last bit of the season, Grant. What's the messaging like from coaches right now?
Well, B.A., for teams that are in the mix, coaches are asking you to keep doing what you've been doing. But a lot of that extra motivation comes from your teammates and in the locker room.
Okay, everybody, time to get loud for your Lakers Youth Dance team.
Here's Doncic. No points so far. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell is progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. Wembanyama, no good. Lakers trail by 10. Kicks it to Doncic. Takes a three. Kept alive. Here's James. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
An elite shot blocker. Wembanyama covers so much ground.
Shot clock at 2. And there's James from the arc. Rebound by San Antonio. Right side Barnes. Pass to Fox. Back to Barnes. James with the rebound. Now a timeout called by the Lakers.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively. Something that needs to change and change soon.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Okay, Laker fans, you've asked for it. Here they are. The Laker Girl Dance Team. Enjoy.
Here's Doncic. Still without a bucket. Hangs in the air. Barnes with the rebound.
Still looking for his first make, and they could really use the help right now.
Fox outside. From the arc. Knocks down the triple. Fox has got 5 points now this quarter.
I like it. Setting up Fox that time, getting him something in rhythm.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
On the wing, Vassell. And the call will be against Austin Reeves. That's his first foul of the game. And the Lakers making a change here.
First team foul.
And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Wembanyama. Back to Vassell.
2 minutes remaining.
Shot clock at 5.
2 minutes.
The baseline J is on the way. San Antonio again can't hit. Lakers trail by 13. Here's Connect. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. Kicks it out to Barnes. Pass to Wembanyama.
I see him.
Over Hayes. No good off the back of the rim. To stop the drought. Rebound by San Antonio. 1:11 left in the second quarter. Well, Dalton Connect had a late growth spurt during college, and it really helped his game, Grant.
He really did. I mean, he started college as a 6'3" guard, but grew 3 inches during his first 2 seasons and added some muscles. Now at 6'6", he can play confidently out there on the wing.
Tries again. Here's Hayes. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are free points you're giving away. Got to work harder on the glass.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
On the wing, Hachimura. They double him with Wembanyama. It's stolen by Wembanyama. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Fox missing. Lakers trail by 15. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Spurs.
Substitution for your Lakers, Jarred Vanderbilt.
San Antonio with the ball. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points. Pass to Barnes. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
That's the end of the first half. With a score, your Lakers 10.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. San Antonio leading by 15. Fox outside. Pass to Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Doncic outside. It's stolen by Barnes. Now Vassell. 6 points for him. Good. Wembanyama's got 8.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. And the elite bigs today can score posting and facing up Clark. Can all those options make it hard to decide which way to attack?
Well, I agree with you there, and I think it's a good problem to have, quite honestly, B.A. I mean, that's also, I think, where coaching and analytics comes into play. Trying to keep track of what approach is going to work best for you.
Pass to James. And slam dunk by James.
An ultra competitor in everything he does. LeBron doesn't go up just for the simple layup. He wants to throw it down.
To the wing on the left. Wembanyama with it. Hachimura covering. On the wing, Vassell. Here's the three. Sends it home from three-point land. He's got 9.